What's going on, traders? I know it's been a while since you've seen my pretty face, but I decided to make a video just to kind of update you on what's going on. And was planning on doing this regardless of how today went. It was just Friday and things were looking to start to shape up. But as luck would have it, today ended up being a day where I ended up not having a great day, mainly due to this ticker here on Riot. It actually all started, we'll start over on AI real quick. It started here, tried playing the double top a little bit. I got an ad in and I actually tried to add here, but we actually ran out of shares. So when I tried to add here, it didn't let me. So I said, if it goes back to the highs, instead of waiting for any sort of a pullback, because I can't add any more shares, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it. It's exactly what I did. And as you can see, as you can tell by the loss I took of $47, I still had plenty of room to let this thing go, which I would have because there was no attempt at a pullback yet. And we would have got this flush all the way back down to where our original entry was. But unfortunately, we had to cut it because we couldn't add. Had we got the ad there and got that flush, would have been a really good trade. But unfortunately, that's not what happened. And yeah, we ended up taking the small L on that. Right after that is when Riot happened. And if we zoom out, it was actually a pretty decent move from Riot up into those pre-market highs from yesterday, as well as a nice extension through 14 on some volume. It was actually just a good move to get started. However, I like to think I would have started this with half the size that I did had the whole AI thing not just happened. If we go over to AI, we can see that we closed this trade at 938. And if we go over to Riot, we started this one at 939. So I think it was actually less than a minute after we jumped right into this trade. Probably not in the best mental state, which is my own fault. It's something I've been doing really well with as far as staying disciplined. But in this case, I saw that it was only a $47 loss on the AI. I really like this setup from Riot. I decided to try to make it mainly all back here on a single entry instead of looking for possible movement to the upside after we got in. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. Now on this one, we ended up doing a 111 because right here at 1450, I was hoping it would have went through 1450. We would have did a 112 and then look for the pullback. No matter what we did here on Riot, we were going to end up losing money. It's just unfortunate that we ended up losing double the amount that we probably would have, which actually ended up being a max loss of 300. We actually ended up losing, I think, 301 when we ended up cutting it. So we had, I thought we had 900 shares. Yeah, we did. So we had 900 shares. We ended up cutting that up here. Ended up losing 300 on that. So a little frustrating. As anyone who knows who's been following me inside the Discord, those links are down below. As always, I will take that $300 max loss and then I'll give myself an extra $100 of wiggle room after the fact. So I see 300. I actually have 400, but I only am willing to lose 300 on the initial trade, which then will take me out and give me a second to step back and take a look at what's going on overall. And I can then risk that extra $100 if I want. However, I was already down the 47.20 from AI, which I hadn't noticed. So, or not that I hadn't noticed, but I forgot that though I had the 400 in there as a total loss, but the positional loss was on 300. So I actually only had $53 to lose. So I ended up looking for what I thought was the backside on Riot after it continued here, waited for a little bit of confirmation, ended up jumping in the backside here, just small size of 200 of the 900 I originally had. Took 150 off here on that initial drop and then ended up taking the rest off here. As you can see, this thing has been pretty crazy. It went up from there. And yeah, pretty crazy. WORX was something we got around that same time. This is a penny stock, but something you would see me take normally. I believe I took the small size, yeah, 200 with the ad on something with not that much range. Ended up making like 10 bucks on that. Not a big deal. NIR was actually our big winner today. We traded this twice. A little bit more, still what most would consider a penny stock, but we started this one with 300 shares, took 250 out, scaled out the last 50 pretty much at the bottom, ended up making a run a little bit later in the day, pretty much top ticked this thing, 213, we got filled at 212 for 200 shares again, took 150 out at 2 and took the other 50 out on the way down. So that actually ended up being the nice ticker of the day. It's the only one we actually made any real money on. RIVN, this thing's just been absolutely insane. It just faked me out, but I really didn't like any of it here in the opening, although it gave two really nice pullbacks after the fact. And it just kind of grinded all day. 25 was really having trouble here. So I figured if for some reason we could break this and we got a little bit of a pop on any kind of volume, this would be a nice exhaustion type move. And I mean, this thing hasn't really had any kind of an actual pullback today, minus this move here. So I was thinking maybe a move back down to VWAP. I tried to basically just top tick, be right or be right out. And that's what we did. I think we were up like, I don't know, 15 cents on this. Was looking for the bigger move back down. Didn't get it. Decided to grind higher. Gave a really nice pullback after that. All grindy action though. And then I saw it make this move back up here, broke here, but then it started to go sideways, couldn't get back up above it. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take real small size, jump in and just risk this high here. So I was risking like 12 cents, looking for, again, the bigger move down. Came down again. It finally broke a key area, which was this bottoming here. It was 25 here. Like that 25 area was pretty key. It broke through and got rejected pretty hard. I actually said, okay, I think this is a good spot. I'm going to add, looking for that to be the final reject and this to get like a nice little slam down into this previous 2450 pullback area and then see what we do there as far as possibly going down towards VWAP and maybe even lower. So I add in, it actually brought my average all the way down to 12 or 13, I think it was. So knowing that this candle only went to 11 and got stuffed, didn't even get to 11, it was 25, 10, 9, 9. I said, you know what? My average is now 12. I'm just going to put my stop at 11, being as if it does break down, which has started to break back down. If it comes back up through that area, I'm not really that interested. Comes up. Let me get rid of this line. Of course, it's not going to let me. Tags us at 11. And then goes to 13 and absolutely dumps right after that, all the way down to 2470. A little bit annoyed, yes. I'd still be in the trade, yes. Would I have taken any off? No, I'd still be looking for this to move lower. That was the whole premise of the trade in the first place. Just a little frustrated that, again, just getting unlucky today. And yeah, it is what it is. We're not gonna win them all. Just a little unfortunate, but. Looking over to the TraderSync, let me go ahead and upload my trades real quick. I want to start scaling up, but I'm not going to start scaling up until I can prove that I can get back to the all-time highs, which, as you guys know, if you've been following me, the beginning of the year, literally, like, I think it was January 7th or something. Let me see. It was like the 6th, January 6th or 7th. We took that huge $2,000 setback. I think it was actually more than that. Yeah. We went from 8,500 all the way down to below 6,000 there. So yeah, that's like $2,600 in one day. That was a pretty big loss. I totally got inside my own head. And it was just a really, really bad start to the year. And I've been playing catch up ever since. Before today, we were down 700. We were almost back up to the top, just slowly but surely. It's been a really slow market, as you all have known if you're actively trading. And I want to prove to myself that we can get back up there. And man, Rivian's going to really disappoint me, but I want to prove that we can get back up to those all-time highs. Once we do, that's when I'm going to start scaling up. I'm going to start trying to make a little bit more money on a daily basis. But let's go ahead and add these real quick. Everything else has been fine. Life's been good. Had a good 4th of July. Kids are doing good. Yeah, hopefully everything's going good with you guys. Okay, those trades have been updated. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like after the fact. So as you can see, I mean, it really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, you could barely notice that on the screen that you're looking at. And even on mine, it's really hard to tell. Let me see. 101. Sorry, this is going to look silly, but I haven't used this in a while. So let me, here we go, full screen. Where it's properties, make sure we got the right screen. Video, main screen, here we go. All right. Exactly sure why this isn't working, but maybe I can just do this. Well, no, that's not going to work either. I was going to say, I can bring this in closer, at least here. So you can kind of see what the end part here looks like. But Nothing too crazy. Again, that huge loss, been fighting back ever since and just been chopping sideways and it's been killing me. I do think since here, I mean, obviously this day can't happen again. We've refined our max sauce. We can't change it to the point. I mean, we could change it, but obviously I'm not going to where I could allow this to happen again. $400 is the max I can lose right now with how I'm trading. But I know that if we just have a few solid days that we could make upwards to $200 in a given day with a $300 max loss. So I know the potential is there. We're just not getting the types of trades that are allowing us to do so. Again, Riot, I hate that we lost as much as we did on that one. I think we should have lost about half of what we ended up losing there. But it is what it is. We learn from our mistakes, right? And we move forward. It wasn't that big of a deal looking at the overall, and we're going to keep pushing forward. So it was nice to talk to you all again. Hopefully it was nice to see me. It's been a while. I know I've just been posting the live trades, and maybe we'll start uploading some shorts or something here on YouTube moving forward. But we'll see. Appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate the support. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. And maybe not see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. But I will continue posting as I trade. And I'll see you later at some point. Peace.